Hello, Yvonne.
Hi, Manal. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And I'm very happy to have you here with us today in one of these YouTube videos of universal healing that we do here and there to present our healers to the world. So the world can know better who we are, can just see our faces and get some curiosity about who we are out. So, Yvonne, you live here in Colorado, and
Yes,
yeah, and I like, and you are one of the healers that work with universal healing, doing the remote group energy healings. And I would say that you are one of the most trained healers that we have in universal healing. And I would like I would like you to answer or to explain. I know that you were a pharmacist, and maybe you can talk a little bit about your training before becoming a healer. And yeah, let us know how did you become a pharmacist?
I became a pharmacist. Well, as a young individual, I just strongly felt there were answers to problems. And it was through my grandmother, who actually was of Navajo background, many different ethnicities. She exposed me to herbs when I was sick, and herbs worked.
Mm.
And when I was 21, actually 23, I was going through a divorce and I needed something to take care of my child and myself. And I thought, wow, herbs work to really help people. And in that longing as a child to know that there were answers, I thought medicine was going to help people get better. And so I decided, well, I could be a herbalist or a pharmacist, but my heart was saying, I really didn't know much about herbalism, so I went the path of pharmacy. And through the path of pharmacy, I learned so much. We're trained as medical professionals, like the doctors learning about disease state, medications, and many other modalities of health. But after I graduated my first year, I noticed that people weren't getting better. They were actually getting sicker. And I got into pharmacy thinking that people are going to get better and they're going to start healing their lives. And it was really very sad for me to see people getting sicker and sicker because of potential potential side effects and nutrient depletions that were going on. And so I just felt called, 5 years later to go learn about Western herbalism. So I went to the Rocky Mountain Center for Botanical Studies in Boulder in 2000, 2001 for about 2.5 years, um, and learned about Western herbalism. And then I met another person that people just come into your lives and they said, Yvonne, you should learn about clinical nutrition. So I went on to take a postgraduate studies course with clinical nutrition for healthcare professionals. And all these modalities, they just kept adding on to each other, bringing more light, more understanding about the human body and how we can help ourselves. And then later on, I started learning about cold laser therapy. And that was amazing to understand that light and frequency can touch the cells and just turn them on like a light in the room using cold laser frequencies. And then it also helped introduce me to color therapy, sound therapy, tuning forks. And then in my 50s, when I was like 53, I was hearing this voice saying, "Are you ready to leave now?" And I was like, what is this? And this voice has been with me through my life. And I even remember before I was born that the angels, they told me it was my time to be here. And so I knew just that I had a mission and a purpose. And part of that purpose was, you know, even 5 years old, was to know and create, to have friends all over the world. And through understanding that, you know, we're not just a physical body, we're so much more. And my mother, when she was sick, she had COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. She had asked me if I would touch, scratch her back. And that was her love language, was to touch us. And we just loved her touch.
Mm.
And so she said, "Would you scratch my back?" And so I'm just touching her with love and compassion. And she goes, "Oh my gosh, Yvonne, when you touch me, it's like electricity's coming from your hands." And my hands, that there's this pulse that came through my hands, and they just kind of like felt that they were alive, electric, and this was going through my hands. And I was like, what is this? And that's what awoken the gift to go to a Barbara Brennan a workshop. And, you know, it was just a 3-day workshop, but it was so amazing because I actually,
So,
when I was,
so, just let me ask you, because I can see. I mean, I asked you what you and you went all over the from the very beginning till where when you were feeling, you really felt that this um, impulse or this longing for healing, isn't it? And in the beginning you didn't know much, so you went into pharmacy, but then the natural things of your tradition from your grandmother call you back into herbalism, and then you kept doing things, and finally also one of the things that I feel knowing you, Yvonne, in you, it's the support that you have from your lineage always, and it feels really good working with you because it feels like this tradition, powerful tradition of healing, of connection, deep connection with the wisdom of nature is in you. And now you are telling us how you also became not just using other tools and all that. That is something that we're going to talk in a moment as well that you use, but how you start working with your hands and with the energy that comes from your hands. Keep going, please.
okay. Well, that workshop that was held in Boulder, um, when we were learning in that 2.5 days, we were learning how to do a healing. And as my hands and my heart were connected to this beautiful person, and as I'm bringing up my hands, I'm seeing a vortice coming from the heart. This beautiful green vortice is coming up, looks like a little tornado. And then from the soul seat, there was this pink vortice that came up, and I was blown away by that. And I just felt alive, and it just it's divine. How I would explain it, it is a divine gift that I was blessed with, and to learn that we all have this and we can learn this. And so that's where my heart is to touch others' lives, to help clear what may be in our ancestral paths that prevent us from moving forward in life and being who we truly are. Because my passion, as you know, is to do healings and to touch others' lives. And it gives me a peace that passes all understanding
Yeah.
and a joy to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's so beautiful, and I like to do videos about it when we talk of how we became healers and how we understand that it's our purpose here in this life to bring this light and this capacity to help others that maybe are having struggling for a moment or for a long time, and we can bring healing. That is what we do also together in universal healing, that it's great. We were talking before how beautiful it is to work with others as well, not just being the one one healer isolated from the world and just doing my own thing and all that, which of course we do as well with our clients and all that. But the beauty of connecting with others, working with others, that we are in the same pace. It's a beautiful thing as well for all of us. And yeah, so it's very beautiful to have you in our team. And I like, Yvonne, to ask you about one of the beautiful things that you do that I know that Liz, my wife, loves it so much. I love it too, but but you know, she's a girl that likes creams and all that. So can you tell us how you do your sacred creams?
Thank you, Manel. Um, well, as a pharmacist, we were trained to do creams and lotions and compounds, and one size doesn't fit all.
Hmm.
People need special things. Some people are so sensitive these days that they can't be exposed to chemicals. And uh, I had noticed that when CBD was coming out, that it was like, wow, this is so amazing that this can come from a plant and it can work to help turn off pain in our body through being absorbed, and it can get into the bloodstream because it's fat soluble and go to the brain and turn off the pain receptors. And so what had happened was there was this amazing cream that I found that I was in Hawaii, and I knew chiropractors use that cream. And so when I used that cream, I looked at the ingredients. I was like, wow, this is such a beautiful cream. It came from New Mexico. And when using that cream, we had just put it on without the CBD. And it was like, wow, this is so amazing and so beautiful. My aunt was 71, her knee pain, whew, was gone. And then my feet pain, because when you're a pharmacist, you're standing all day, 40 hours a week plus. And it was like, wow, this really works so beautiful. But when CBD came out, I said, this is really going to help those people who are in severe pain. I felt. And so I used this formula and started compounding with other ingredients to bring other natural healing substances, into it, because everything in nature has frequency. And so do our cells. Our eye cells have a specific frequency, our heart cells, all our organs, our skin, everything is frequency and light.
Yes.
And so it just, with my background and training, I decided to use light. They call it photobio modulation. And so you can attune specific frequencies in there. And some of the frequencies I love putting in there are the frequencies of the chakras. I love putting in the frequencies of the organs, the blood cells, the nerve cells, so much more, Manel. Sometimes I do 20 to 27 different frequencies in there
Wow.
to bring the light to our cells. And the more that one potentially uses this, you're charging the cells of the area. But when the cells don't need it, they're going to go to different places within the body. And so people have told me, oh gosh, I use it here, but this area is clearing up because we're all energy. And in science, light energy goes from a higher concentration to lower concentration. So where you need it, it will go.
So you use uh is that like a laser kind of thing?
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
it's a cold laser. It's not a hot laser. So cold
Okay.
laser.
Okay. So with that technology, you can infuse the creams that you are doing with all these, like you were mentioning, very natural ingredients, and you are adding the frequencies that you like for the healing into the cream, and then when the client applies, well, the person applies the cream. And I mean, I have tried your cream, and it really, it feels very, very good. In So when you apply it, the person, the body, the system is integrating all these frequencies, and they help to heal that space that is in pain, or with inflammation, or that's great, Yvonne. What else would you like to say about these creams?
The beautiful thing about the creams too is because you since we are energy, and if there's inflammation, generally it could be a trauma, an injury, it could also be a block. But
Mhm.
the frequencies that are in there help to get the flow and decrease the inflammation so you can return the flow of to the area. I had a friend who used it on his knuckle where he had a block there. The block went away. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that. So it's there for people who are ready and willing, to try it. I would love to, you know, uh,
Do
have
you
them
sell
try it.
do you sell this cream? Do you have a space? Do you have a web page to say something? Because maybe we could put it down in the video, down when where we could put it there, and people could go and buy the cream if you sell it. Because I'm not 100% sure if you sell it or not.
I do sell it. I,
Okay.
I do sell it, and I
Yeah.
could definitely get you the contact where we can get that shipped to you or whoever would like it.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah. So anything else that you like to say, Yvonne, about you working as a healer, maybe working with us in universal healing, or about the, yeah, any future maybe creams, anything that you like to say to close this video?
Well, if people would like to contact me, I'd be glad to create a specific cream that tailors their needs, because we're all different.
A personalized,
Uh,
a unique cream for this specific person. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Or, whole food nutrition, because we are an energy system.
yeah.
And sometimes, our liver needs to be detoxed. If people would like a personal session at home or remote, I'm available for that too. And I encourage you to come and check out Universal Healing. It is so, so beautiful and so amazing. The healers that work on you, it, we align and attune, and it's so beautiful how the souls just come in as we open to do the healing, and I could just feel their beautiful presence. They just come in as the healers connect to do the beautiful healings. And it's just so beautiful and so affordable. No one can really go get a healing for $10, and you can do them year round, monthly. It's just beautiful. And recently, I joined Manel and his wife. He's offering a service called the Wave, and he does it every third Thursday. And I
Yeah,
went to it, and oh
yeah.
my God, it just awakened my spirit to connect and to feel. And this really helps move those energy blocks in our body to really allow us to expand our consciousness, to really find out more of who we are and live the lives we came to live. Um, so, oh, I also offer free meditation. Um, so you can also connect with me on that on Tuesday nights at 5:30. And they are healing meditations. So if you'd like to learn about that, please contact me. I'd love to connect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Yvonne. It seems like when we are healers, we become healers all the way, isn't it? It's hard to just to do healing here and then There is so much when we allow our essence to be in alignment with who we really are, more and more creativity flows, and we are more capable to follow also that creativity. So you Yvonne, have always felt to me a very creative person, and I love to have you in our team, and to everyone that is listening and learning about you in this video, I would encourage them to try the things that you do, because your creams are amazing, and of course to participate like in our healings all together. Together we are one, and we can really have a different experience of life when we embrace togetherness, I would say.
There's such a synergy of light when the two souls come together, and it helps us see what's hidden in darkness, to be together, to know that we are not alone, and we were created to do life alone. And it's not just about us, but there's also ancestral wounds that we've also come to heal, and we truly need each other's light. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Yvonne. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.